What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to the 1 hour RTG where we started with just a bronze card, and through grinding the menus for footies, we're going to try and build a team as best we can for a champs run this weekend. Today is day 2, which means today is hour 2, and on the screen right now you are seeing the best 11 after the first hour. Hopefully most of these won't be in the team come the end of it. Maybe Callum and Upamecano still will be. Maybe Tanaka and Evander still will be as well. But hopefully we'll pack something good there. And we're going to go back into the menus today. And I thought it'll be fun actually whilst I grind the menus today. And we're going to get into the SBCs now and start the timer. To actually just read through the comments of yesterday's video. I haven't picked any out or anything. So it's going to be all unfiltered. So we're going to start our 1 hour. Bosh, there we go. I am still on the PS4 version after yesterday because I don't want, oh, you can hear that chair's bad. I don't want the I don't want to get timed out again, soft band, which is the single most ludicrous thing, isn't it? Right, ignore position, yes, storage club and all. So here goes all of our 84s, and hopefully guys, after the good work we put in yesterday, I say good work, it was an hour of grinding, menus, but hopefully after the good work we put in yesterday, we will build delightfully today. So I'm actually going to use Evander. I know he's in the team. Now he's not in the team. I'm actually going to use the other centre mid as well, because for the 85 by 10, it's really easy to build with 10 84s and 196 rated team of the season. Unfortunately, the 95 rated team of the season isn't enough. So for the last one, we will put the 95 Pacho in, and I'll have to do an 85 rated. Now, as I say, guys, what we're going to do today, we don't need the bronze stuff anymore. You know, we've kind of like moved on. We're going to try and build as many packs as we can. We're going to try and pack as many good cards as we can. And I've been testing a little bit on the theory of like, is it just good to do the 89 exchange only? I think the answer is no. I want to kind of test today within this hour if we just focus on 89, 88, and maybe 87 exchange as well, and just kind of like use the 86s and whatnot for player SBCs, coupled with a lot of the other cards that we've got. But to begin, of course, if you guys are enjoying the content here, feel free to drop a thumbs up. It would be very much appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already. And are we going to get ourselves a footies? We are. No time to waste. We've got to skip through. Can we get a 99? No, we get 97 Park, which is really nice, actually, because I just removed Evander and Tanaka, and now Park will actually remain as a 97 in the team for a while. We're going to get a team of the season in pack number 2 for the 85 by 10. Ooh, some good fodder in there. Free gang. Obviously we don't want good fodder, we want great fodder. And yes, if they're not duplicates, sorry, if they are duplicates, I am throwing away all 85s and lower. It's something I've been doing for 2 days now, and it is beautiful. It just works, right? It just works. Now we've also got here, oh, do you know what? I actually might save some 85s because we've got a new upgrade pack. We no longer have the 2 of 3 86 plus. We now have the 1 of 3 87 plus. So the chemistry styles pick, hey, listen, it's part of the grind. It's part of what we're doing here. It's part of how we're working. So we're going to go and get an 83 rated squad, smash that in. I think this time I'm going to take a Hawk instead of an engine. I think the anchors and shadows are must-haves every day. And then the Hawk and engine is going to be the other one. All of the other chem styles are like so cheap that I don't, like, if I want like a backbone or something, I'll buy it. But the other chem styles are quite expensive. So we can get rid of the Super Daily Bronze. Oh, the Footies crafting upgrade. You know what? Maybe we'll start with that. Maybe we'll start with that today and bash through as many of these as we can. Footies crafting upgrades. Now, this is just gold. So ignore position, yes. We'll go low to high. No, we won't. Let's we will go low to high, but let's pop it onto gold and let's get into some comments. So the first comment is from Nelsenheimer. By the way, as always, when we talk on stream, love your name, great name to say. He says at 9:33, you said on your lunch break or maybe not on your lunch break. I feel called out, and yes, that was correct. just don't think this is worthwhile to do these, guys. I don't think it's a good use of time when I could be grinding the 89 exchanges, the 88 and 87 exchanges, but we'll persevere because there's some big packs in here. Yeah, nice to listen. If you're in an office job, especially if you're in like a cubicle where you're like kind of on your own and you've got your tasks and you just know what you're doing with your work, having background noise really helps some people kind of like focus. Like for me personally, especially when I'm playing FIFA, which you don't get to see on stream, because when I'm on stream, I'm trying to like engage with chat. I'm trying to like, I feel pressure to succeed. But when I'm not on stream, I'll have a stream on in the background. You know, I'll have a video on in the background. I'll maybe be in a Discord call talking to people whilst playing. Or maybe my boys will be in here playing on their Xbox. Like, and the background noise actually allows me to almost be in a flow state where I actually play better. It's just I can't record that. I can record the gameplay, just can't record like the face cam and stuff. So yeah, I think it's okay if you're not on your lunch break and watching content, so long as you're still prioritizing your job. But that's it. That's on you. That's nothing to do with me. Adster says, I remember when people would be on Twitter every Wednesday at 3 p.m. to find out what the team of the week was, and all you had was team of the week and team of the year. It was simpler times, and I do like, obviously those times are looked back upon fondly, and I think that's because two things were massively different back then. Gaming as a whole was massively different. It wasn't geared towards kind of like dopamine rush, FOMO, and microtransactions. It was geared towards, hey, can we sell enough copies of this game to sustain, right? Can we actually have people enjoy the game, play the game, and love what they're doing on the game? That was a priority back then. But also, back in those days, like, and this is something I've talked about a lot, that I think, again, and like this change has actually come in because of the way the gaming has changed. But back in those days, I would play on one account only. I wouldn't have multiple accounts typically. So every now and then I might start a new account just for a mini series or whatever, but I'd have like one main account where I'd play all of my games. And when I say all of my games would be like 200 games a year at most. It just, like, people didn't upload content daily. People didn't play the game daily. There wasn't a reason to go out of your way to go and play the game. There just wasn't. So you played for fun. You played because you saw somebody like put a goal compilation up on YouTube and you was like, oh damn, let me go and play it. So like spend some time in the game playing. I played back in those days. I really want the first upgrade thing here. Then we'll go and open these packs. Back in those days, I played clubs a lot. I didn't really play career mode much, but I did have a career mode like here and there. I played online seasons, not Ultimate Team, with my friends quite a lot as co-op. And surely I've done one now. And I also, believe it or not, spent an insane amount of time in the arena. That's right. I was one of those guys. I used to sit in the arena and practice skill moves and learn how to chain skills together to the point where when I would go into a game, it would be like, it would feel normal rather than going into a game trying to learn different skill moves and stuff. And that used to come after I'd watch like a Hurpsith compilation or a Basketball and Philpot compilation. And I'd be like, right, I need to go and learn how to do that. Like, surely I've done enough of these to have like got to the next stage. Oh, it was like 42 was the next stage. But yeah, I would go and do like, I would genuinely sometimes spend 3 or 4 hours in the arena learning and practicing different skill moves with different players. Because if you like, you know, some players only had 5-star, 4-star, 3-star skill moves. Skill moves were way more basic back then. Like, it just wasn't the same. To go into online gameplay, to play like 3 or 4 games, literally that's it, to get enough clips to make a video. And so even though I would be playing the game for 5 hours or so, I would only be actually playing about 4 or 5 games. And so by the end of the year, right, I'm sick of this. Surely I've got the next objective tab. By the end of the year, I would only have like 200 or 300 games. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more. I guess it's because we're on PS4, but normally when you complete the objective, it gives you a little pop-up in the corner. I get like, do you know what's really mad as well? These PS4 menus just look nicer and feel smoother than the PS5. So yeah, I used to love those days where it was like limited, but also in those days, I used to play so many other games. I would play COD for hours. I would play H1Z1. I would play PUBG. I would play Diablo 2 or Diablo 3. Man, when Diablo 3 first came and the Real Money Auction House was in there, I was in my element. I loved that side of it, like that stage of the game. I would play GTA all the time. Like, it was... Oh, there you go. It did pop up. That's interesting. It was so good back then because gaming was fun. And it was about it being fun. It wasn't about, like, making sure you log in every day, getting the daily quota and the data and making sure that people are playing, you know, here, there, and everywhere. It was just about, hey, come and play. If you enjoy it, great. Hopefully you stay. That was it. Damn, that was a bit of a bad pack. I will keep a few 85s just for now, just because I want to do those player picks. And I think there's like 5 or 7 of them or whatever. And off of the back of that, you need an 85 rated squad. So we're going to need those 85s. What do we get here? Evander, Messi, Kelly, Cherky, Shearer, Junulala, Ousmane Dembele, Zico. Not a bad one. And a few other bits and bobs in there. I think we'll just rip these packs now until duplicate storage is done. We are currently 10 minutes into today's grind. It goes quick, man. When I feel like I'm on the clock like this, well, not when I feel like I'm on the clock, I'm literally on the clock right now. We've got 1 hour. When I feel like I'm on the clock for this 1 hour, I'm like, damn, there's no time to waste, right? Because every second wasted is a second wasted. We also got a comment from MSC659. I'm just reading these in order of top comments, guys. So for tomorrow's 1 hour video, get your comments in. And if you see a comment you like in the chat, make sure to kind of like upvote it or whatever. MSC says, I completely agree with you on giving a reason to feel like I want to grind for something. But Ultimate Team eventually boils down to EOY profits and margins. You're right. End of year profits and margins. So it will always be based around store packs and microtransactions. How hilarious is that? That we, like, I just came off the back of it talking about how historically it used to be about having fun, and now they've geared more towards the FOMO, the kind of like daily logins, the you know, that side of things. He says also a fun thought: would you consider penalising yourself for argument's sake? 1 loss equals 10 minutes off the daily timer, or no 95 plus rated player packed equals 5 minutes off the timer. Maybe not this week. I said to editor Josh, I said, you know, like in terms of like what we'd like from this series, daily series, like the let me like make a long story even longer. The Meta RTG did superbly. I was really impressed with the viewership. I was really impressed with how people were like engaged with the series with me. But eventually, those views fell off a cliff unless I packed something massive, which says 2 things. Number one, packing something is more important than playing the game, which is a crazy world we live in, but here we are. But number 2, it also means that the series hit a limit. And so the actual goal of the series was kind of irrelevant, right? And the goal was, still is, but it'll be something I do in my own time on stream rather than for video content now because of things like this. But the goal was to get to the Elite Division, try and push for 13 wins in Champs. This series is a bit different. You know, 1 hour every day, but just for 7 days. I don't know what I expect from this series, but if each video gets around 20,000 views, I will be content. I'll be happy, more than content. I'll be happy with that. And as of recording this, the first video has been up for about 12 hours, and it's on like 14,000 or 15,000 views. So that's really nice, right? It's really good. If this video little series succeeds well for this first one, where we're not going to be adding time on or taking time away or anything, because, you know, the whole point is to kind of like showcase what you can do in an hour a day rather than gamifying it, so to speak. But if this does well through this week, we will do another one for Team 4 and maybe Team 5. Like, we could just do a 7-hour RTG every week, effectively. I'd use the same account. There's that Rio Ferdinand again. I'd use the same account, just as I always do, just delete everything back down to just 1 card, start again. And yeah, we can absolutely do that and gamify a bit more, where it's like if I hit certain objectives, like you guys could give me like 5 challenges, you know, like put them in the comment section now, actually. You give me 5 challenges for the next series where if I succeed at a challenge, I gain 5 minutes. And then also 5 things where if I don't do those things, I lose 5 minutes. That could be quite interesting. It could be quite fun. But for this series particularly, specifically right now, we're just going to be 1 hour every day. Just, you know, okay, I don't mind if I go like a minute or 2 over, like, you know, even like the whole point is like for the average person, like what you can do, what's possible and whatnot. even the average person could be like, all right, do you know what? I'm going to give myself like, oh, I should have gone to bed 10 minutes ago. I'll play one more game, right? So I don't mind like adding an extra minute or two here or there. I'm not like going to be specifically explicit down to the second, but that extra added time I think would be better during the gameplay stints rather than during the menu stints, because obviously the gameplay stints, if I've got 10 minutes left and I'm like, right, I really want to get Champs game in, and that game goes through extra time and penalties, I don't want to be like, oh, half time, doesn't matter, my time's up, let me just back out and quit. Yeah, there will be, if this goes well, there will be way more of these, like, not like these mini series where it's like not necessarily what am I doing? Let me do some 89s. I need to get some team of the seasons. Not necessarily hold on, my train of thought's gone. A one-off video, but a mini series that lasts a specific number of days or weeks, and then that's it. Pop that back to any, and let's start building. Let's try and build like 10 of these upgrade packs. I should be able to build 10 50 player packs. Next comment is from Zao Gunnan. Says you get SBCs banned if you do 90 SBCs within an hour, so be careful with the crafting upgrade. Do fewer per day. Yeah, the interesting thing though is that on the console, like the PS4 version, the PS5 version, the companion app, and the web app all count as like different versions of the game. So you also get the PS5 version of the web app and the PS4 version of the web app. So you effectively get PS4 version, PS5 version, PS4 version of web app, PS5 version of web app, and companion app. So I don't really go on the companion app, don't really care for it too much, don't really like using the phone. Also, it's really difficult to record. So that's one thing there. But that gives me 4 versions, PS4, PS5, and then the web app version of each of them. I cleared the club out and deleted everything on the web app for the PS5 version, and I haven't been on this account otherwise for weeks since the last series we did on here, which means I got SBC banned. There is no way I did 90 SBCs within an hour, I thought. But then when I actually think about it now a bit more, and when I was thinking about it yesterday, the bronze upgrades, they might have been the tipping point, because I did like a whole bunch of them to get the account started and going, and then we also did the player upgrades. But you know, listen, we could just do loads on. We'll do PS4 today. If I get SBC banned, soft banned on here, we'll go over to the PS5 version. We'll start on PS5 version tomorrow. If we get soft banned on there, we'll go to back to the PS4 version, and we'll just keep rotating between the two versions, because I can't imagine that on console I'm able to build more than 180 SBCs in an hour. I would dare say it's near impossible. I actually think 90 SBCs in an hour, whilst opening packs in the meantime and in between time, is also incredibly difficult. Now, we built a whole bunch of 90 rateds there. That's quite nice. Let's go and open those, or 89 exchanges. Sorry, I don't know why I keep calling them 90 rated exchanges. They're not. They're 89 exchanges. How many did I get there? 7? Yeah, 7 of those. Nice. The next comment we got is from Chunks. He says, the fact you can get an 84x10 in the 89 exchange actually makes the 84x10 redundant, in my opinion. You are correct. I do agree with you. The 84x10 is dumb, and you saw me actually go to the 85x10 and do that today. The thing I don't like about the 84x10 as well is you could just easily get like 84s and 85s only back. Oh, there's some nice cards in there. You could easily only get 84s and 85s back, and that would be a pain. Whereas the 85x10, obviously, I will keep a few 85s for now. The 85x10 just guarantees exchanges, whereas the 84x10 doesn't. So yeah, I agree with you. Like the 50 players pack already contains an 84x10. You are absolutely correct, and so I think we'd be dumb, or there might have been a player back at the back there, never mind. I think we'd be dumb to actually waste our time and energy on the 84x10s. I think we'll ignore those and leave those alone. So absolutely. Nathan says, love the stream and the content recently, Neb. Absolutely loving the grind right now. Well, thank you very much, man. And yeah, the grind's good right now. Like, I think as I spoke on yesterday, though, I just wish EA gave us something to like micromanage the game. I think for me personally, I know there's probably a lot of people out there that are like, no, we don't need that. And it's like, if you don't like it, that is fair enough. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. There's a reason why certain games succeed, or certain kind of like categories of player base, and other games fail. But I just wish, even if it was something small where it's like only the hardcores even realize it and know it's there, and if you're not a hardcore, you don't even pay attention, it doesn't make any difference to you. I just wish there was something there for me to kind of like, for example, you know, everybody right now has got an insane team full of 98s, 99s, 97 rated cards. I think you might be sitting there saying, oh, I don't have any 99s. That's fair enough. Neither do I. You know, in spite of how many thousands of packs I've opened over the last 2 weeks, I still haven't hit a 99 footies card until now. That was NepentheZ, wasn't it? Damn it. It was Gurassi. Yeah, I still haven't hit a 99 rated player in spite of all of the packs I've opened. So, but 98s, they're reasonably easy to get, but 97 rated teams, they're really easy to get for 97s, right? And so I think one of the things that would be nice, let me take that away. One of the things that would be nice would be, get these player picks real quick. One of the things that would be nice would be, what would it be, NepentheZ? What would it be? One of the things that would be nice would be being able to get my Arsenal players up to the meta, right? How nice would that be? Because who cares if I can get 97 or 98 rated Arsenal cards everywhere if everybody already has 98 and 99 rated Arsenal cards, or sorry, cards in general, right? Who cares? It's just one of those little things where I'm like, just let me enjoy, man. You know what I mean? Just let me live. Let me go and take Gabriel Jesus and build him into the striker that I want him to be. You know, let me make him 97 rated with 99 pace, 97 shooting, 97 dribbling, 92 physical, you know, like 95 passing. Let me go and give him tiki-taka, low driven plus, finesse shot plus, Favela base, like all of the dribbling things. Let me go and do that, because guess what happens if I do? Nothing. Nothing. Nobody cares. Doesn't make any difference, because I'm going to roll up into a game with my 97 Gabriel Jesus, and I'm going to match up against somebody who's got 99 R9 already, or 97 team of the season Ronaldo, or 97 whatever countless number of players. Wow, have I actually run out of 85? That's impossible. You know, and it's little things like that where I just wish there was a bit more control in that regard, where I could kind of be like, yeah, do you know what? Let me just kind of do what I want on the game now. And I get it from EA's perspective. They don't want that because they think that they will lose people if they give that. They might be right. They've probably got the data and know a little bit better than I do. But typically speaking, we love a Gabriel in this account, don't we? Jesus. Wait, why did that Millie Bright? Oh, because I set it to... It's on low to high. I was going to say, why did that Millie Bright not show up? Let's do high to low there. I think we've only got 2 more of these to do. I did think I had a few more 85s than what it was juicing there, but I also appreciate the fact that even though I stored some, you know, we're giving up over 50 85s here for these 87 player picks. And these 87 player picks are only one of 3s, but I opened them yesterday on my RTG account, and I just got 5 very high rated specials. I don't think I got an elite card, but we definitely got some good specials. So worst case scenario here, we'll get ourselves another 89 exchange. Let me go and get a... I guess we'll put a Gabriel in here. I've got 61 items in the storage now. It's gonna be time to start clearing that out, because otherwise it's just gonna get too messy, isn't it? Maybe we'll clear it out to do a player SBC, perhaps. What do we get? So we get 93 Prins or Sasic from the first one. We're gonna take ourselves 95 Team of the Year Renard for the second one. What have we got coming here? We've got 93 Darwin Nunez. I am going to build that Declan Rice SBC, actually. He's really cheap and really good value. Same as, Alphonso Davies as well. So Alphonso Davies and Declan Rice will be 2 players that we build for. Wow, 3 Team of the Years out of those player picks. That's quite mad. Let me work on that now. Let's start getting the players. So Capstam I wouldn't mind, but I just don't think he's going to be... I don't think we're going to have enough time, really, to complete him. Sam Kerr, Declan Rice, and Alphonso Davies, though, we absolutely will complete. And so Decky Rice is 289 rated squads. And so, again, guys, this is where I just love the ability to do this and then just go and get a big Team of the Season card, and then probably 1 or 2 more high rated cards. So we'll actually put in here from the exchange, we'll put in Diaby and Renard. And that's probably enough. If not, we'll maybe put Wesley Schneider in. He can go in here. Got a couple of him. That puts us up to an 88 rated, and so we'll go back into the storage. Maybe there's like a Biandolo or something that we can throw in like a lower rated back. Let's put in Declan Rice himself, and then boom. Look at that. We got 7 84s in there, and then 4 bits of exchange fodder. Look, okay, we've missed out now on an exchange pack, but we're going to get this team of the. We're going to get this footy's Declan Rice. Now, is he the best card in the game? Not really. Like, I actually think he might not be in the team come the end of it, but it would be nice, wouldn't it, to kind of have a player as like I won't put him into SBC, so it'll kind of be like okay, he's the backup, he's the guy that we kind of like want in there no matter what. So if we go back to the storage now, we still need another 89 rated squad. So Park Ji-sung can go in, Wendy Renard can go in, Martinez can go in, and then I need an Arsenal player. I guess should have some Arsenal players. I mean, we've got infinite amounts of Gabriels, haven't we? David Raya can go on in there. Bosch. And that is it. That is Declan Rice finished. The next comment we've got is from Vendel. He says, exactly what I needed whilst doing the late night grind. Hell yeah. And Andrea says, so happy that we'll get another video every day. Indeed. Like I say, every day for 7 days. Let's do a few more 89 exchanges, guys. I think we've got plenty of fodder for it. So we'll go up to 93s for now. 89, high to low, low to high, sorry. Let's do a few of these. And what are we up to now on the crafting thing? Was it 50 that I got to already? Or was it... It was 50. So maybe we'll do 25 tomorrow, 25 on Thursday, and open those last packs on Thursday and actually break it down like that. Because, again, even though there's like an 86 by 10 in there and a few other like decent packs, the exchange grind is just so good, so infinite. It goes for so long. I just don't know if I need anything else than this in these moments, you know. Maybe that changes, maybe something changes, but yes, especially in this moment right now, I'd rather keep going here. We've got Dax says this team is going to be insane in a week. I don't know. If I had to guess what kind of team I'd have, I'd say we'll have Alisson or Buffon 98 in goal. Right back, I don't know who we'd have there. I don't even know who the right back is in the game right now. Centre backs will probably be Saliba and Upamecano, with Alphonso Davies at left back. Then when it comes to like the other really kind of common players, let me go on to Footbin real quick whilst we keep trying to build this. When it comes to the common footies Team 2 players, I mean, honestly, for me, actually, personally, Vinicius Jr. is quite common. So it'd be nice if we could hit a 98 Vinny J. I've packed him 3 times already. But yeah, like Park Ji-sung, Flint, they're both super common. Fernando Torres is reasonably common. Ronald Koeman, Carlos Puyol, he might be all right back if we can't pack Thuram. Kanu and Marcus Thuram, they're quite common. Like, I have a sneaky feeling that our team will actually be built up of the kind of like mid to low budget footies cards that everybody puts back into SBCs. Because I have, like I said earlier, I have grinded so much on my Road to Glory account, and other than Vinicius Junior 98, I don't pack any of the big cards. I don't have any of the big cards. I have 98 Buffon and 98 Vinicius Junior. Outside of that, I haven't hit any of... I think there's only one other 98 in the packs right now anyway, but even last week for week 1, I didn't pack any of the elite players that week. I packed none of the 99s, and I have grinded intensely on that account. Obviously, it all comes down to luck. You know, it only takes one pack to change the luck. You know, we might open the next pack and get 2 99s in the same pack. But off the fact that I've grinded so hard, imagine if this is actually a 99 in this pack now. Off the fact that I've... Well, it was for a second. Off the fact that I've grinded so hard on that account and got nothing of any worthy note, it just leaves me feeling like best case scenario here, we'll get 1 or 2 elite players, and it will be the SBC cards that pick up the slack. But then it comes down to how much time do we want to give to building the SBC cards. I don't mind doing it on an SBC that has 2, 3, or in Alphonso Davies' situation, like 7 segments. I just think when it comes to like having to do 11 or 13 or 15 or 16 segments, that's a lot. That's a lot of, that is a lot of segments to do, and it takes time to do it. You know, it does. It takes a fair old chunk of time, and I think we'd just be better off spending our time continually grinding these menus, because, you know, okay, Van der Ven's brilliant and Yapstam's brilliant, but Saliba and Upamecano equally as brilliant, right? So yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out one way or the other. We are getting lots of good fodder right now. I think it's probably time to start to try and clear out the 87s and 88s, actually. For the time being, I'm going to keep the 86s, because I might put the 86s into the player SBCs to kind of like generally reduce the amount of fodder needed. Oh, I definitely want to do these. 3 of those. We've got 1 day, 5 hours. Let me just keep building the general fodder up in the duplicate storage. Maybe I want to do those. Maybe I don't. I don't actually know. So yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that we will get a sick team by the end of the week. I'm not so sure we will. I would dare say we might have like. I feel like just going back to do 89s. There's no point doing the 87s in the moment, is there? Yeah, I feel like we will actually have 1 or 2 elite players maximum in the starting lineup, and the rest of it will just be your traditional fodder, which yeah, it comes down to pack luck at the end of the day, doesn't it? Wayne says, "Hey Neb, I just wanted to know when the Crappers is coming back, because I actually really enjoyed watching it. It will be next year now." The Crappers went through a few phases this year, whereas like it was really hard to play on because the power curve got pushed so hard in the menus and Evos were really bad. Then we went through that phase where EA gave Evos for about 3 or 4 weeks straight that were paid, and it was just, it's not that it was impossible to get the coins, it was possible. It was just futile. Like, I was grinding so hard on an account every week to build up 250,000 coins to get like six attack positioning, 3 finishing, and finesse shot base on a player, and it was just like this just isn't fun. It wasn't fun for me to record, even though the team, you know, sometimes the team, when EA did good with the power curve of Evos and the prices of Evos, all of a sudden it was really, really fun actually to sit there and grind the Evos because the team was catching up, right? Once EA kind of changed that narrative and pushed the power curve through gameplay, through the menus, and through rewards, but didn't push the power curve through Evos, yet made them more expensive, it just became not so fun to play. I also think, you know, obviously Evos changed this year compared to last year, but I also do think that we learned a lot this year about Evos and how to build what we want to build. And, you know, I've got a few cards now on my Meta RTG, 3 Evos that I'm building, that I have put the perfect playstyles and playstyle pluses on from the season pass, and then I just need to wait for Evos to put them into to boost their stats up, right? And one of the biggest issues constantly has been, yeah, Ham, nice. That's the second time we've got her, mind you. Yeah, one of the issues constantly has been you end up with players with really, really good stats, but the wrong playstyles, the wrong roles, the wrong positions. So I think next year, especially with the paid season pass coming from season 1 next year, I think we'll get things like base play styles and playstyle pluses next year, which is going to be, you know, as like individual entities rather than as like you have to kind of like guesswork through the evolutions. Which means next year we will be able to take our low-rated players, build them with the perfect playstyles and playstyle pluses first, then start building their stats up, and be in a situation where we get to the mid game and end game where we're like, you know what, actually these players now are the best around. You like, they are just the best. So next year I'm really excited for what the Crappers has to offer, because I think it will be a much better series. But for this year, unfortunately, it is just done. Much like what I just spoke about earlier on in the video with regards to the Meta RTG also kind of just being done now. Like, look at what we got on this account for 1 hour, 1.5 hours. How long have I been doing this for now? Yeah, 33 minutes. Look at what we've got in this account in 90 minutes. Look at how much we've grinded. I could, you know, there's just no point playing with cards that are significantly less powerful than what my opponents are playing with. And all I would be doing would be fighting to get the coins to push a 94 up to a 96. And it's like, why do I want to do that? I don't want to do that. So I'm not doing that, basically. It is finished for this year, unfortunately. Let's actually go and do some 88s. It'll be fun to see how many 88s we can build now, actually, with how many cards that we would have had. We're getting a lot of duplicates. Even if we could build 10 or 15 would be nice. And then Dizzle says, hey, Nep, really enjoy these videos. Keep them coming. Thank you very much, Dizzle. Andrea says, love your vids, bro. Appreciate that, Andrea. Morton says, cool idea, Nep. Look forward to seeing the end result. Hell yeah. Kyle says, I am actually looking forward to seeing the end result as well, by the way. I'm also looking forward to seeing if I can shake my own ego off to actually get 6 or 7 wins in champs, right? I know I'm good enough to get 11 or more wins. I have done it consistently this year. I've hit 11 plus wins. I've hit 12 a couple of times. I've got to 11 with, you know, good amounts of losses before. But I've also had some bad weeks where I've hit like 9 wins and 10 wins. And those are rough weeks, right? One of the things that I loved about the crappers in the early stages of playing champs was getting to even 6 wins was a genuine achievement. And so it made it really easy to just back out of games. When I'm 2-0 down against a guy with a super team, back out the game. No problem. Doesn't matter. I've got the crappers. It was such a good mental exercise for me to just be like, yeah, I'm like, my team's not good enough and I'm not good enough with the team. And so therefore, I'm just going to back out of the game. Who cares? On this account, we're going to have a team that's going to be competitive. It might not be the best team in the game, but it will be competitive. It will be the sort of team where in my head, I'll think I can get 11 wins with this team. And even if I could or couldn't, I won't have the time to get 11 wins with a team, which means if I want to get, let's say, 7 or 8 wins, I think 7 wins is like a good way to be. The early form, the low form, the 0, +1, +2 form, those games, sometimes you come up against a demon who's just starting their games. Oh, let's go. You know, generally, or sometimes you just match up against somebody who's really good at the game but having a bad run or whatever. But typically speaking, when you're at that low form, the games are really easy. And so for me, it's going to genuinely, if I want to get to 7 wins or maybe even 8 wins, I have to keep my form low, right? If I get to like 7 wins and have 1 game left, what would I be? 7 and 5? No, 7 and 6. 7 and 6 will give me 2 games left. Wait, what's 8 wins? 8 and 7. Oh, yeah. Oh, I want to get 8 wins, yeah. I forgot 8 wins was 8. Yeah, 8 and 7. I want to get 8 wins, basically, or maybe 9 wins. So if I want to get 8 wins in a short span of time, here we go. Come on. I've got a good feeling that this is going to be a 99. I don't know why. I've got the feeling that this is my first 99. Not. It's not. Yeah, if I want to get 8 wins, let's start with like the 8-win theory. If I want to get 8 wins, I just got to make sure I keep my form low. As soon as I win a game, just back out of a game, the next game. Literally just like maybe play the first 5 or 10 minutes, get a feel for how good my opponent is. If they feel real good, just give them the goal, back out of the game and go from there, right? And the reason why that would be valuable is because keeping my form low whilst only trying to play at a 1 form, I would hopefully, in theory, get through the wins a lot quicker because I'll get a lot more rage quits because I'm playing against lesser opponents. And so I could get up to 8 wins a lot quicker. If time looks like it's permitting me to do so, when we get to like 6 losses, even if we're given the losses, you know, let's say we go 7 wins, 6 losses. At that point, maybe playing, I'm going to go up to 94s this time. At that point, maybe playing, going 8 and 6, and then instead of giving the game away to go 8 and 7 and get those rewards, maybe play out that last game, see if we can get 9 and 6. Because even a +3 form, it's not devastatingly difficult, especially if I'm like in a good spot and playing nice and like feeling myself and playing good. And like I say, like that will come with making sure I remain calm and don't let my ego get in the way of, you know, one of the things that I've done in previous years, not really this year, but one of the things I used to do in previous years is I'd go into like old champs runs, you know, when we had 20 games of champs and I just wanted to get 11 wins because it was the most efficient way to do it. 11 and 9 back when we had 20 games of champs was so easy. Like there were times where I would give away like 6 or 7 wins straight away to then go and play people at -6 form and just like bulldoze my way through and get to 11 wins in about like an hour and a half because it's got so many rage quits, right? It was so easy and it was so efficient. But then sometimes in my head, I'll be like, right, I only want 11 wins. I don't care about anything else. And I'll be like 5-0. And I'd match up against someone and I'll be like, right, let me test the waters here. Let me see how good they are. Okay, they're not great. I feel like I can win this game. Let's keep playing. And then maybe I'll go a goal down. And I'm in, like, what I should do is back out of that game. Just like, well, I'm wasting my own time at this point, right? Just give this guy the win. Let him take the win. Even if I'm the better player and I feel like I can win the game over the 90 minutes, give the guy the win. Do I give the guy the win? No, I don't. That's where I'm like, right, this guy, I'm better than this guy and he's winning. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of beating me, so I'm going to play the game out now. And two things happen. One of two things happen, but two things happen. The one of two things that happens is I come back and I beat the guy and I've just wasted my own time. The other thing that happens is I end up losing the game and getting really triggered. And the reason why I end up losing the game and getting really triggered, typically, usually, is because when I go 1-0 down against somebody that I think I'm better than, even if I am better than them or not, it doesn't matter. It's whether or not I think I'm better than them. When I go 1-0 down against somebody that I think I'm better than, I put an intense pressure on myself to win that game. And so all of a sudden, ooh, there's another Upamecano. All of a sudden, it becomes the most important thing to me in that moment to win that game. And what I would then typically do, win or lose, I will come out of that game flustered, stressed, frustrated, adrenaline like burning through my body. And I'll be sitting there like just in a state. And then I'll go into the next game and I'll carry that energy into the next game. And it's been one of I know it. Like people tell me it as well, but I know it. It's been one of my biggest downfalls over the last like 4 or 5 years of playing this game. Just not being able to just keep calm. Just maintain composure through the tricky games and through the difficult moments. And I would actually dare say it's getting worse as I'm getting older. Like, it's crazy how much adrenaline starts pumping through my body these days in difficult games. And one of the reasons why is because I'm getting older, I'm genuinely at a point where I'm like, I'm so concerned, let's say, that I've gone over the hill and that I can't compete at a top level anymore. I'm so concerned that that's a reality, that it means so much to me to win a tough game against a good opponent. Because if I can beat that good opponent, it makes me feel like I'm a good player. Even in any case, whether or not that opponent is actually a good opponent or not, is genuinely like decided by myself based on my own thoughts of who I'm playing against, right? Because again, one of the things that EA don't do, which I think they should do, they used to a degree, but you know, is kind of like show you who you played against and what their situation is. Like, I would love to come out of a game of champs and see some data on my opponents, right? Their records, their team, their previous records, their best finish in champs, like, you know, just pieces of information that I genuinely just think are important to people. Like, I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be cool. EA obviously disagree significantly, but there we go. There we go. We've got Yo, it's Dev says collection book is a great idea. Madden, 2K, Forza, etc. have similar things. They do indeed. And yeah, FIFA used to have it back in the day. They just don't anymore. Armina says just keep the 88 plus, 89 to 90, 88 to 94 into the exchange, 82 to 87 from the exchange into the 84, 85 plus, 82 to 87 from the exchange, the 84 and 85 plus. And the player pick to get coins back. Guarding rates around 6k every time. 95 plus player into the player SBCs. You don't. Are you talking about the team of the week? There's no reason. There's no. As you can see, with what I've been doing here for now nearly 2 hours, there's no reason to do team of the week upgrades. You get first of all enough team of the seasons, to do anything that requires team of the week or team of the season. But also, like, you're literally just wasting your own time. Because you're going to get one player back for a completion of an SBC, right? And as we talked about earlier, where it gets to the point of you only have 90 SBCs to complete per hour. If you go and do 10 Team of the Week upgrades with 83 and 84 rated cards, you're just not going to... It's just a waste of time for, you know, maybe a couple 87s and 88s, but mostly 84s and 85s. It just for me personally, it just seems like a waste of time. Maybe you've got some success with it, with the way you're playing the game or whatever, and that's great. You know, each to their own, genuinely. But for me, it's a big waste of time. Lewis says, love the new content, hoping for a 99 pull. You and me both, mate. You and me both. Dax in there again says, dub stream today, Nep. Yeah, we're going to have another long stream. Wow. I want to do a long stream today, but I don't know. It's a family member's birthday, so it might be a late stream start today. Although by the time you're watching this, you would have already seen the stream or not seen the stream. So there you go. Somogi says, you actually proved that 89 exchange isn't enough. Over 300 and not a single 99. Yeah, in terms of like the infinite grind, the 89 exchange by itself isn't enough. That we kind of like established that as well over the last couple of days, like testing out a few things anyway. And then Nino says, have done double yours. I guess he means like the amount of player picks and SBCs and stuff. And I don't have any 99 or Eto. Yeah, I'm the same. Vinicius Jr., that's what I said earlier. Vinny J is like reasonably common. Buffon is quite common as well. But Eto, the other 98, and yeah, any of the 99s, they are hard. They are hard to get. And it says, I thought it would be cool if you started with 485 cards and nothing else in the club to see how long you can manage the grind. Yeah, we did. We've done videos like that before. Wow, these packs are like giving out right now. I did one a couple of weeks ago where I started with enough players for one exchange and went from there. And yeah, it was hairy at the very start. I nearly didn't succeed. We nearly like let it go. We nearly let it slip. Got 15 minutes left here today. Do you know what? This has been a bad stint, guys. Genuinely, we haven't packed anything. But yeah, I might do the Footies Team 1 upgrade. Got 1 day, 5 hours on that, just to kind of like try and guarantee myself another player. So what does this require? I think this is an 86 rated squad, isn't it? 88. So let's build my 86s into here. And then we'll go and put a team of the season in here. That's going to put in loads of 85s, isn't it? Because I've got it set to low to high again. But let's go and pop a team of the season free gang in there. And we'll go and get another SBC storage player in here. I don't mind, like I don't want to waste cards necessarily, but also, you know, it's gonna be fun. We've got to have fun at some stage or another. We've got to have fun. But yeah, I think what was my train of thought? Yeah, that kind of situation. Like, I just think it's better starting with a bronze card, right? Because even if you start with 485s, you can get your way straight away to some coins to buy a bronze card, and it kind of just makes the rest of it pointless. Like let's say I start with 485s, right? I open that 485 pack, I get 20 players. From those 20 players, I go and do a challenge SBC or an icon SBC segment that gives basically anything that I can do that gives a tradable pack back. Discard that tradable pack, go and buy a bronze player. I'm at that point that I started at yesterday on this account, right? Put the bronze player into the bronze player upgrade, and from there you fly, right? Just take some time. So it just kind of like adds an irrelevant layer to do it that way, because the inevitability is I will be able to get 200 coins to buy a bronze player, and once we buy a bronze player, it all changes. So it doesn't really add like a difficulty level. I think the actual difficulty level that we've got at the moment with 12 minutes to go, the difficulty level that we're proving to have right now is packing good players. We're packing lots of players. We're packing lots of high-rated fodder players, but we're not actually packing good players. And that is a bit of a problem, because it might mean that I have to focus on SBCs. We'll take a view after Thursday. If after Thursday we have still got rotten luck and we haven't packed like any like significant players, or we haven't got a team that's starting to really look like a team we can do well with, then maybe Friday we'll spend the day grinding the player SBCs for an hour, then Saturday and Sunday go into gameplay. I'm really hopeful that we can do 4-day stint of is it Frozen? Right, let's go back. Let's go to PS5. I'm really hopeful that we could do a 4-day stint of packs and grinding the team, and a 3-day stint of champs. Because if you know, to get 9 wins, 3 wins per hour, whilst hopefully getting some rage quits, but also backing out of games where I'm like, you know, up against it. 3 wins per hour is really nice. And then we'll finish off on the Sunday with 9-win champs rewards. That would be like the dream. But obviously, if by the end of Thursday we haven't got a cracking squads and we're sitting into a situation where the team is like mediocre, we're going to have to spend the Friday grinding player SBCs, which means the Saturday and Sunday will be limited to the gameplay, which means 8 wins might be even unachievable in that time frame. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see where the luck goes over the next couple of days. Obviously, the luck today has been diabolical. You know, we've got a Upamecano, a Park, and I don't even think anything else really of note. We'll take a look at the team. It's all of the it's back to the old. We've got to change the. My words aren't coming out, man. We've got to reset the setup because we just changed to the PS5 version. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, like it's been alarming actually how little we have packed so far in terms of high-end quality. I would dare say we don't have anything of high-end quality. Like Saliba is good, Upamecano is good. Those 2 players are super cheap. Yeah, not really worthwhile. Barrett says, Nep spending half the video getting so technical as to why 1 hour a day isn't truly an average. Oh, let's go. She's all right, to be fair, McCabe. In before we now end up going and packing 99 Alphonso Davies, but that is a banging pickup of a card. Tiki plus, long ball plus, all 6 defensive playstyles, rapid press proven long throw. Very nice. We could even play her on the wing if we need to as a left mid. I don't mind that at all. That is a really nice upgrade. As to why 1 hour a day isn't truly average representation of time spent on this game, like, bro, it ain't that serious. I didn't say it was serious. I was just explaining my thought process as to what was what. I think if it's self-implied that it was serious, that is really a you problem. Douglas Zenker Chaman, what a great name, says, my personal goal with the game right now is to get all re-released cards first owner because I know all footies are coming back to packs eventually. Yes, that is true. That is true. And it's something that I'm going to focus on myself at one stage or another. We'll do a video on it actually as well, maybe a series on it, is I want to get every single Arsenal card first owner eventually. So that'd be quite fun. That's back-to-back packs where it's a gold card. At least we've got a 91 in there. Oh my days. That is some bad pack luck, that is. Bask says 85 and 86 exchanges don't seem worth it unless you are using those cards to build player picks. If you're just footies, then 88 and 89 exchanges should be the only ones you do. Use the other cards in SBCs so that you can use the higher rated cards to complete player SBCs. Yeah, absolutely bang on. I do think that's like probably the best method right now is like 87, 88s and 89s. Maybe just 88s and 89s, but I do think like we got a lot out of those 87 squads that we built just earlier. But 87s, 88s and 89s do the exchange with. I would also, dump everything all the way up to 95 into the exchange back in. Your 86s and below or 87s and below if you choose to. Auto-populate the player SBCs with a couple of 95 or 96 plus rated cards. You'll end up getting the player SBCs done with the kind of like top and bottom, and those middle stints will keep you going unless you get packs like this. Wow, this has been one of the worst grouping of packs that we have had ever. But yeah, the kind of mid-range should, in theory, keep you going permanently, really. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Adster says, managed to get 98 Eto from a 77x5. Nice, GG's. I actually think we might go and build some more of those to end off with now, actually, because these 50 player packs have been diabolical for us in that stint right there. We have multiple where we just got low rated cards back. So yeah, trying to stock up the club a little bit more I think is going to be quite valuable. So we'll go to, I've got 6 minutes, but of course it took us 2 minutes to switch between PS4 and PS5 version for getting kind of like kicked out on the thing again. So let's have a look at how much we still need to do. We've done 50. So if we go to maybe 66, maybe 75, depending on how quickly I can do them in 6 minutes. We've either got to do 16 or we've got to do 16 or we've got to do 25 in about 8 minutes. And then we could either open the 75, there we go. We can either open the packs, the 77x5s now or tomorrow, or we can just open the big pack. So let's see what we can get through in these next couple of minutes. Like maybe we could do, because this process is like a lot easier, we're doing like 1 SBC every about 10 seconds. Maybe we could do like 6 per minute, which would give us over 6 minutes 36. That's more than enough time to do the 25 and pick up the packs and open the big packs, and then maybe finish off today on some 77x5s and start off tomorrow on some 77x5s. I think that's probably the plan for the rest of today, because I do want to get this done and dusted and finished off as quick as possible, because I actually do think we're going to need to try and hit something out of those big end packs. So we'll do up to 75 today, and then we will finish off the last 25 at the start of tomorrow. And then that will leave us, then that won't be like hanging over us. We can get rid of this now as an option. And I actually think this is better than the player pick as well, by the way, guys. We'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, we can get rid of this as an option in our mind. And then any kind of like spare time that we want to assign to something, we can start working on the player SBCs. Like, it's actually quite impressive how quickly we got through that Declan Rice player SBC. And as long as I'm like kind of like mentally prepared for where we're at with the club and what's in the club, I think getting her done straight away tomorrow, but also kind of getting Alphonso Davies done tomorrow is going to be really important, because at that point we will have Kerr, Davies, Rice, Upamecano, Saliba, and McCabe, and even Park as well. So we'll have like 6 or 7 players at that point for the team, and that will make me feel a lot more comfortable than sitting here going, oh my god, I've got like 3 players in my team. What do I do? And I do think those icon SBCs as well, thinking about the fact that they're 5 segments each. They're not like the most strenuous of segments, but they're about 5 segments each. And although you can get some nice players out of them, if I'm going to do 15 segments to get 3 icons, I would actually rather do the segments to go and get an elite player like Bruno Fernandes or Vitinha are 2 absolutely cracking players I would love to have in my team. And so I'd rather probably dedicate that same time to building those SBCs instead. We've still got 5 minutes to go. We've got 3 minutes of the hour left, but as I say, we'll give ourselves an extra couple of minutes because of the soft ban and switching to the PS5. So we've got 5 minutes to go. So I'll keep building these for 3 more minutes, or until I see the fact that we've completed the objectives. And once again, I thought I would have done an objective by now. We only needed like 25 in total. I feel like we've done loads. But usually in the top right, might be where my face cam is, it might not be, I don't actually know. But usually in the top right, you get like a objective complete. And the fact that we haven't got even the first objective completion completed yet is a little bit concerning, because I thought I was a lot closer. Jamie says, hey, Nep, I think you shouldn't neglect the coins that you get from the player SBCs and such. Personnel you can get for low coins on the market is outrageous. Yes, you're absolutely right. Right, there we go. We've got an objective complete there. Was that the 16 or is that 25? Let me build this. Let me just go and have a look real quick, guys. I think regardless of where the timer's at, we're going to, yeah, we're going to go to 75. So I need to do 8 more here. Of this, which is fine. That will take us a minute or 2, and then yeah, we'll be perfect to open. We'll open the big packs first, and then we'll finish off with as many of the little packs as we can. But yeah, you are absolutely right. Like players are so cheap, and we're up to 10,500 right now. By the time we do Alphonso Davies and Sam Kerr, we could easily be at like the 25, 30k mark, even if we don't pack anything significant. That's enough coins to buy 1 or 2 really decent players for sure. So we'll keep building these through now. We've got about 5 or 6 more to go. How many do we need? We needed 8. I've done 2 more, so we need 6 more of these to go. And then after we've got these 6, we'll be able to close out the last few minutes. And we've still got, anyway, 1 minute of time before the official hour would be up. So it'll be almost perfect timing to kind of like get this done, and that's good time management and good time balance again. And then at the end of the hour, guys, once we've opened the 85x10 and whatever the other pack was, what is it, an 85x30 or something? Once we've done that, we'll save the 77x5s to start tomorrow. That will give us a nice bank of players to kind of like build from and get our initial exchanges in from and whatnot. But yeah, to end for today, we'll go back to the starting 11. And we'll see, obviously, what I had, which will still be there, but it will now be a lot of, they called? A lot of the, like, grayed out players, because I've put them into SBCs, and we'll replace them all with, like, hopefully better players that we have got otherwise. So I think we got 1 more of these to do to get the objective finished. And it's a nice spot to be up at, like, what was it, 75 or whatever as well. It means we've only got 25 to do over the course of the rest of the week. Wow, I didn't say objective complete. This must be the last one. This must be the last one. Yeah, that's our 1 hour now, guys, just to show you guys. Bosh. They are 1 hour, 14 seconds. And as I say, the extra minute or 2 that it took us to go from the PS5 to the PS4 version is the minute we'll take here. So we need 25 more to go. Might do those tomorrow to begin with, to just try and get something insane into the team. Let's see what we've got out of these 2 packs here, though. We've got 25 of those to start with tomorrow as well. So we've got an 86x10. Give me a footies. The team of the season. It doesn't mean there's not a footies in there, but it's a team of the season. There's Saliba. I knew we would pack him eventually. It is the first time we packed him, but we get ourselves William Saliba from that pack. So that is now our centre-back pairing kind of sorted out with Saliba and Upamecano. And then an 84x25. This is going to give us just fodder. Oh, just fodder. That's not even just fodder. That is terrible fodder. That was awful. That was awful. Fair play. And so with that, we're at 1 minute, 1 second. Sorry, 1 hour, 1 minute and 12 seconds or whatever it was. Now it's 20 now because I didn't stop it in time. Which is a very fair hour. We ended up deleting lots of the players that we had. So now let's replace with the best squad that we've got in a 4-4-2, which isn't necessarily the formation that we will play. We've upgraded Kimmich to Lucy Bronze. We're going to upgrade... Oh, has Upamecano got another position? No. Might have to go 3 or 5 at the back, guys, honestly. Because we've now got this William Saliba to also go in that back line. We've upgraded the left back with Katie McCabe. We have a new left mid, by the way, of Berenstein. She was very good as well, actually, when I used her. We get Park and Rice over Evander and Tanaka. In at right mid, we now have Mateo or Lauren James or Trinity Rodman. We'll pop Lauren James in there for now. And then our striker spots will be... Wow, Flint's got striker? That's quite matched. Wow, she's got low driven as well. It will be, though, Freegang and Mateo. So, loads of... I mean, maybe it should be Mia Hamm. Either way, from where our team first started, we have actually upgraded it massively. But it is still worlds away from what we're going to need to actually have a good chance at getting 6, 8, 9 wins in champs in a very quick fashion. So with that for today, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.